Miles the Monster gets his long-awaited date with the High Slide Racing League Truck Series. Who will grab the glory and who will leave with broken dreams as we take on a 200-lap regular season finale that will set the 16-truck grid for the playoffs? Good evening, everybody. My name is Nick Stein, joined alongside Sheldon Adkins, and we got Taylor Burris in the production truck today, so things are looking a little bit different here, but we are here, we are live, and we are ready to go. Trucks at Dover. Sheldon, how are you? I already know you love this track. Go into that spiel I know you already have set up.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this place. This is a really different and difficult track all at the same time. Kind of drives a little bit like a dirt track where you're always kind of chasing where you're going to find the optimal grip. It changes from lap to lap. It's just such a blast to be here. One of the things that I know that is very important that I've always found success with is you always want to keep the back end of the truck kind of loaded going through the corners. So get out of the gas for just about a hair of a second. It feels like get the nose set. Once it rotates, slowly modulate your throttle back in, and then don't really go flat until you're about 3/4 of the way through. And that always helps with the tire wear. Makes you go fast going forward. And getting tight at Dover is terrible. Then outside of that, the most important thing that I can think of is do not smoke those barrels coming to pit road. It is a very difficult transition from the banking to the flat, and it is very easy to blow that pit road entry and knock the nose end completely off the thing. That's about all I got, aside from the fact this track is absolutely wonderful.
Oh yeah, Dover is always just such a fun track to call a race at, and like I said, we got 200 laps here tonight. This is the regular season finale for these guys, so things should get a little bit chippy, or well, I say chippy, but you know what I'm getting at here. But we're gonna get into our race picks here tonight, and I'm gonna go with a little bit someone off the wall that I saw was a little bit fast in practice. I'm gonna take the 11 of Scott Phelps here. I feel like he's gonna have himself a pretty good race here.
Well, it's good call. I'm going to go with my typical dark horse here. I got a feeling that Andrew Chapman in the 25 machine is going to be pretty solid tonight. Qualified on the pole, and with Whitley not being around anymore and things kind of get, moved around and shuffled here, I think that tonight's going to be a good stand-up performance for him.
Yeah, Chapman is your pole sitter right now. We'll get a little bit more on that Mark Whitley situation that you mentioned as we get closer to our green flag. But Taylor Burr is going to be taking the 24 of Austin Pendergrass. But a couple of things to also keep in mind is this place is tough. Like, this place will chew you up and spit you out with no regard for human life. So that's going to be something we're going to keep an eye on all night. But we're getting ready to roll over straight into our race and get ready for our starting grid here tonight. Andrew Chapman, your second place points position coming into this race starts on your pole position. 91 of Jordan Probst starts on his outside to complete row number 1. Joseph Causey, your interim points leader at the moment, knowing that Mark Whitley will not be partaking in the playoffs, is going to be starting in that third spot. Scott Phelps going to be starting in fourth. Tyler Riggs, sitting outside the playoff bubble at the moment, has a chance to make it, starting in fifth here tonight. Jacob Tenson in sixth. Derek Grigsby in seventh. Ed Shearer Jr. in eighth. Andrew Pendergrass is going to be in ninth, with Levi McCarty rounding out your top 10.
At 11th place, we're going to have Jason Miz with right at the playoff bubble. Nathan Aldrich looking for a good race tonight. Followed in 13th place is going to be Andrew Lemke with Joseph Lucas in 14th. 15th is going to be Austin Pendergrass, followed by Charlie Harcum in 16th. 17th is going to be James Kerr. 18th is going to be Timothy Pendergrass. 19th position, you're going to have Anthony McPherson with Zedla Collins in 20th. And running out the field is going to be Evan Knopp in 21st.
Yeah, and that's one thing that was a little bit of breaking news for us here today, is that Mark Whitley will not be making an appearance in the playoffs here for the High Slide Racing League Truck Series. He withdrew his name from the playoff running. So if you do happen to be in this Discord and you're a viewer and you go and look at the playoff standings, just completely disregard Mark Whitley's name. He is not in the playoffs, or well, he has withdrawn his name for the playoffs. So at the moment, it would be Joseph Causey, your points leader, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go check myself real quick.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Points leader.
It is. So I did screw up earlier. I said Chapman was the interim points leader. That was a mistake there, but got a lot of very much breaking news, I guess is a good way to put it here, going into this regular season finale for these guys. So a lot of things that we're going to have to keep an eye on here as we battle 200 laps with Miles the Monster. Pace truck makes that sharp left turn back onto pit road. It's going to let these guys go loose for 200 laps here at Dover Motor Speedway. Green flag in the air here for Andrew Chapman. It's a pretty even start for the majority of the field here. Actually, Jordan Probst in the second phase of this start does start to pull ahead of the 25 of Andrew Chapman, but Chapman's going to be using that bottom line to his utmost advantage here, and off the corner, still going to be side by side, but it looks like Andrew Chapman has it for the moment.
So hard to clear on the bottom here, but Chapman's going to dive it down to turn 3, get a good run, good head of steam. He's going to clear Probst. Probst's going to cycle back to second place here, just about a nose off of him. So he come across the start-finish line.
Yeah, one thing we're going to have to keep an eye on here that is going to be a big part of this race is that this is turned into a kind of an endurance for these guys, because while we do have stages here tonight, it was announced earlier, no cautions for the stage breaks tonight. So we have a chance for a flag-to-flag race, and knowing how these guys tend to race, there's a pretty darn good chance that we could see a flag-to-flag race here. Stages will be at 60 and 100, but we will not have any stage cautions, so do not expect any guaranteed stops in the action here, as Andrew Chapman still leading Jordan Probst here, lap 3 out of 200, which is a pretty long one here for the trucks at Dover. I believe this is the actual Xfinity Series length race that they're running here, 200 laps at Dover.
I'll say if this thing goes flag to flag, about halfway through this thing, everybody out here is going to be begging for a caution, because I can't think of many tracks that are more exhausting than old Miles the Monster here. Dover Speedway, such a difficult place to get around. It keeps you on the edge of your seat from start to finish.
And speaking of Miles the Monster, you never know when he's going to reach out and grab somebody. It could be lap 5, and it could be lap 199. You have no idea when he will strike, but it is almost as guaranteed as hitting the wall at Darlington. Miles the Monster will grab someone tonight. It's just a matter of who, how often, and how bad it's going to be, because we'll see things from huge wrecks to just minor spins trying to get on the pit road to people hitting those pit barrels right there at pit entrance. So you never know what's going to happen at a place like Dover, but for the moment, everyone seems to be kind of settling down here, knowing that there's not going to be any cautions. Tyler Riggs trying to move up the field and get back up to where he started. He's fallen back 4 spots right now, and that 26 is struggling right now.
Yeah, I can't imagine this is a very easy track to get around on controller either. But putting in a good effort like he does every week, just staying out of trouble. So far, so good. Also, Miles almost grabbed about 2 laps ago. Miles the Monster almost grabbed Lemke. He got so tight in 1 and 2, about washed the fence out.
Yeah, that's the one thing that can really hurt you on a long run, is if you get too tight, that wall comes up quick. There is no stopping it if you get tight here, and the amount of time you lose getting out of the gas to keep it out of the wall is monumental, to say the least. But looks like pretty much everyone is just settling in now. I mean, I think they all realize that this is an incredibly long race. I mean, for Truck Series standards. So I think everyone's trying to settle in here, get into their own little rhythm, get into basically their own little kind of personal bubble, I guess is a good way to put it, and just log some laps here as someone got tight there. Didn't catch who that was. Was that Derek Grigsby possibly?
So yeah, everybody's settling aside from Denson. Right now, Denson moving through the field. I've sat here and watched him click off about 3 positions. He's now down to the inside of Joseph Causey, trying to get into 4th position here. Or sorry, 5th position.
Oh, got one loose off of turn number 4. That is Jason Miz.
Oh, they're sideways. 24.
Right back here in turn 1. That was around Jason Miz as well. That was Austin Pendergrass and the 55, I believe, of Andrew Lemke.
Yeah, it was him and Lemke, and looks like a little contact after the incident there, too.
Oh, yeah, Austin Pendergrass not happy with Andrew Lemke, and that looks like 2 destroyed race trucks there very early into this race.
Kind of curious about that one. Austin, oh, yeah.
Get a look at the replay here. You see Austin Pendergrass and Andrew Lemke getting into it in turn 1, and bam. Yeah, that is going to be frowned upon by race control.
And tough for Austin, too, because he's one of those guys that's ticking right around that playoff bubble right now, too. He needed a good race here.
He absolutely did, and looking at that playoff bubble, he is currently sitting 17th right now. So he is outside looking in, and that wreck does not help the 24's case to make the playoffs.
I think that basically just locks him completely out of it for the season at this point.
Yeah. All right, well, with that first quick caution, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break here on GridVision. Stay right here. We'll bring you back through this Stage 1 restart here on the other side. Apologies about that quick commercial break there, but we are back here from Dover International Speedway. I said Dover Motor Speedway earlier on. I guess I'm stuck in the past here, but we are back here from the Dover International Speedway. There we go. 13 laps into this thing as we're getting ready to come back to a restart. Jordan Probst did stay out on this pit stop, so it looks like Andrew Chapman came down pit road as he is sitting down in that 10th spot right now. So put Jordan Probst up into your lead for the moment. Quick little update on your race picks as they stand. Chapman sitting in 10th. That was Sheldon's pick. Scott Feltz sitting up in that second spot. That was my pick. And Austin Pendergrass is 2 laps down in 21st, which was Taylor's pick. So everyone make fun of Taylor. Kidding. I'm kidding.
So you're talking about Dover International. Man, I'm still calling this place Dover Downs.
Dover Downs, hey, that's a real throwback here, but getting ready to throw it back to a green flag here for Jordan Probst in the 91 machine. He's got control over this restart. Green flag back out in the air here from Dover International Speedway, and a little bit of wheel spin for some of these guys as they're still working on getting these tires through this heat cycle that they just got put under.
Yeah, these guys are braver than I am, man. I would never come out here and restart on heat cycle tires at Dover. That is asking for trouble really quick. It is impossible to get the power down.
Well, with the truck, I feel like it's a little bit easier with the new aero model and new suspension model, but you get a heat cycle set of tires on a next gen, oh man, good luck. Especially here.
It used to be, man, we couldn't even get the gas down on fresh tires on the outside lane here in the trucks. It was so bad back in the day.
Oh, Levi McCarty
in the fence.
Tapped the wall. Jason Miz also tapped the wall further back in the field. Looks like Levi McCarty may be okay, but you can't do too many of those here without Miles the Monster having his say.
And it looks like the right side's pretty good. I think he's going to be all right. No tire rub, so... Wait, this is iRacing. Never mind.
Man, imagine we actually had tire rub. That would be awesome.
You know how many people wouldn't finish races?
Oh, yeah. Do you know how many people would blow tires here at Dover?
We used to. Back when camper thrust was a thing, we used to blow them all the time here in the B car.
Oh, dude, the amount of times I've seen people, and Dover is really the only place I've seen it happen, the amount of times I've seen people blow tires here because they're driving in way too hard. Like, especially in the Cup car where it is almost guaranteed that you're going to drive it in way too deep. Back when I ran in a 100% Cup League, the amount of times I've seen people blow tires is, oh, hold up, I'll hold that thought as we got Levi McCarty just sent a dive bomb of the ages on Ed Sheeran Jr. for that second spot. Now he sets his sights on the 91 of Jordan Probst.
Now, here's a question I have, man. Is Sheeran going to go 3 in a row?
He is definitely the one.
Him and Causey both, got to 2 weeks in a row, and
Whitley's the only one that's gone for 3 for 3. So,
yeah, so
and I feel like
Carry on.
No, you're good. You go. I cut you off 2 times.
No. After you, brother.
No, after you.
Oh man, just getting all the Canadian up here.
Oh, we got a battle for the lead as Levi McCarty tried to go to the inside of Jordan Probst. And that almost got ugly there as Probst threw a pretty nasty block on Levi McCarty. Somehow they were all able to keep that straight there, but now Ed Sheeran Jr. comes back on the 21 and Levi McCarty. McCarty is really making that middle line work, which is not something you'd think you'd see on iRacing, but the good old iRacing Oval Refresh has really helped this place become more than a one-line circuit.
Yeah, and it's so great to come here when you have options too, because that arrow wash that you get behind the truck in front of you, absolutely terrible, especially at a place like Dover. You get it down to what feels like 3/10 and you can't get anywhere near after that. So being able to move, great option. Thank you, iRacing.
I'm going to take you for a little bit of a throwback here. Were you here for the first Dover race?
I was not.
You were not. Okay, so you wouldn't have been able to see this, but when we did the Radical Performance A Open and B Open coverage, plus the NIS coverage, is Nathan Aldritt's a little bit slow on the inside line, but when we did, got a little loose off corner exit there, but as I was saying, when he, someone else got getting really loose. I believe
he's still loose.
Lucas. I guess these guys don't want me to finish my point here. But as I was saying, when we were here earlier this season for the A Open, B Open, and NIS coverage here on here on GridVision, sorry, I'm having a tough time speaking. One thing we saw is that people were starting on the very apron and then going up almost to the wall as a diamond because the runs were getting so long. Like we saw the Cup cars on I believe it was an 82-lap run. These guys were starting on the very bottom, moving up almost into the third line, and then coming back down to get a straight exit, and it was just the wildest thing.
I know that line. That's a fun line when it actually works.
And it was working really well in the Cup car.
There's so many ways you can attack this place. I mean, you can come in, most obvious is run the left side, it's right on that seam, right under Reese's tire line.
Andrew Lemke's slow again on the bottom line. Looks like he's pulling it down pit road.
Yeah, let's get a camera on this second pack back here because these guys are all over each other.
Yeah, this is led by Joseph Causey.
Oh,
ooh, who is that?
That's Pendergrass. I think it's
one of the Pendergrasses. I think that may be Andrew Pendergrass.
Also fighting to get in, if I remember correct.
I can fact check you real quick.
Or is it Timothy?
It is Timothy Pendergrass who is on the bubble right now. He's down in 19th in points right now. I believe Andrew is sitting up in 11th in points right now. So he's pretty much locked in. So he's just racing for fun right now. Joshua Lucas. And,
we got one around. Z Collins.
Z Collins
turned off the front of the 32.
A huge hit there for the 28.
Oh, Miz is in it.
Oh, man.
And the 514 of Aldrich. Aldrich on the playoff bubble.
Anthony McPherson was in that one big time. Joshua Lucas goes flying, and things kick off in turn 3 here at Dover.
That 32 is done.
Oh, yeah, the 32 is killed, but you see right in front, Joshua Lucas, Z Collins get into it, and ooh! And then you get to, Z Collins had a huge hit as well. That is how quickly Miles the Monster can fight. Just look at this. You think he's nice and good, and then nope.
Oh, Miz just, and there's nowhere you can go.
Nope, absolutely nowhere you can go here at Dover.
There's not a thing you can do to avoid these things here aside from just don't be there when it happens.
Exactly.
Which is much easier said than done. Self-cleaning racetrack.
Like I said, that's how quickly Miles the Monster can bite. That's how quickly it can go from a 1-truck spin to a 6-truck wreck in the snap of a finger. Like, that was Z Collins spinning to half the field being wrecked in the span of about 300 feet, give or take.
That tore up a lot of good trucks and tore up a lot of trucks that are, a handful of trucks that are right at that cut line.
Yeah, Jason Miz is
not too far above it. Aldrich trying to race his way in.
Yeah, Jason Miz is missing a front, pretty much the entire front hood at this point. So, He is on the pain train right now, I guess. I guess you could put it.
Race control's going to put that one on Lucas. He's going to get the EOL here.
Yeah, that's not surprising. That was cut and dry right there, I feel like. So that pretty much dashes Z Collins' hopes of making the playoffs. As there, actually, no, he wouldn't have made it either way because he's over 100 points off the playoffs, but that pretty much hurt what little chance he had.
Very late start in the season for him. He was pretty much win or go home for the playoffs this year.
Yeah, and there's a couple other guys involved with that. Jason Miz in 15th. That's going to hurt him. Andrew Lemke was involved in that as well. I believe he is outside the playoff bubble right now. Where is he? Yeah, he's sitting down at 28th, so there's no way he was going to make it. Who else was involved in that? There was a couple other people. Anthony McPherson wasn't going to make it. A lot of good names taken out in that wreck, especially the likes of Jason Miz, who is
somebody that absolutely should be higher up in the points, and he's actually showing too. You know, he had a really good opportunity at Talladega to win that thing, and you know,
a late strategy,
late strategy, there. Yeah, ruined that race for him, Causey, and Scherer Jr.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he was involved in a pretty big wreck there on the final lap as well. So that is the devastating tale that the Truck Series can portray here in real life and on iRacing. One or two things go wrong a season that can take you out of the playoffs, but Jason Miz should still be good based on some quick math if he stays in and finishes this race. But there's modified mode, and then there's completely missing a hood mode, and that is what Jason Miz is on right now. So
I gotta say too, man, Probst up here in the lead. He's somebody that we've kind of slept on most of the year.
Yeah, and he's another one that is pretty high up in the points there. Currently sitting in 6th, so he could be a dark horse. You were talking about your way too early Final Four predictions earlier, and I mean,
Probst could be. I could see him. I could see an argument where he could make it in. And
yeah, for sure. I mean, you had, what was it? It was Levi McCarty, Andrew Chapman, Edward Scherer Jr., and Kevin Dick, right? Was your way too early Final Four predictions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I could really see you switching out Kevin Dick or Jordan Probst there. I mean, those two are so close on pace, so close on points right now that it's really a flip-flop between those two. And I had Joseph Causey, Andrew Chapman, Levi McCarty, and Edward Scherer Jr. as my way too early Final Four. I mean, those are all really strong cases, but if I were to flip anyone, it would be McCarty and Probst.
Yeah, they're both excruciatingly consistent all the way through these things.
Yeah, for sure, as we're going to get to see who can keep this consistency over a couple of heat cycles on the tires. Green flag back out in the air here at Dover International Speedway. Wheel spin further back. Tyler Riggs having the struggle of a time trying to get back up to speed.
But look at this. Ed Scherer Jr. up to 2nd place now on the back bumper of Probst as they come out of turn 2 here. Scherer Jr. trying to go for 3 in a row. It eluded Causey. Let's see if he can lock it in as we got another yellow.
Another yellow. Maybe Jason Miz from what I'm hearing. Oh, it was. Oh, no.
A hood, now a fender.
Oh, Timothy Pendergrass was involved in this. Looks like Scott Feltz as well. Z Collins involved again as well. But look at this replay here. Oh, he gets loose. Gets tagged by Scott Feltz. Timothy Pendergrass nails the inside wall.
Z Collins.
Yeah, Z Collins involved as well.
That's just one of those cases where you got to imagine that truck was pretty hurt before he even took the green there. Probably went into that corner not knowing it was going to snap on him like that, being as torn up as it is. And just round she goes.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've done that a few times. It's always embarrassing.
Another tough break for Z Collins there, as that truck is a day late and sort of destroyed.
Yeah, I bet you if we could have a radioactive Z Collins right now, would not be fun.
Oh, God, I can already imagine the South Carolina rage coming out of that man's mic. Anthony McPherson also on the struggle bus as well. Nathan Aldrich is also modified mode, so a lot of destroyed race trucks and a lot of guys on the playoff bubble as well. So Because Nathan Aldrich is your cutoff line at the moment.
Here he is, getting the old lucky dog. Toes knocked out pretty heavy on the left front on that thing.
Not to mention, he's also missing the front splitter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's how I can tell the toes knocked out.
He's also missing a couple of fenders.
Hey, at least doesn't have to worry about overheating.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if he really wanted to go modified mode, he's got to knock the hood off of it.
I remember back in the day when we had access to tape adjustments and stuff. When you'd knock the entire front clip off, you could still adjust the tape.
Oh, God.
What am I putting tape on?
And just taking all the tape off so you wouldn't blow up in 6 laps just to blow up 30 laps later.
Just like, hey, iRacing, the tape's all over the back straightaway. I don't think I had to worry about it. You would definitely know that feeling if you ran any race at Bristol circa, I don't know, 2010 to 2022.
Don't remind me of Bristol in the trucks. I have very, very bad memories of that.
See, it's always NIS for me. I don't think I ever finished a single NIS at Bristol. Back before we even did the 500-miler.
Here's the funny thing.
I'd just ride around mid-pack, try to avoid everybody, and get run over every time we'd have a caution, and then I'd get DQ'd.
Here's the funny thing. I've been on iRacing coming up on 4 years now. The only 2 Bristol NIS races I finished, because they started doing the 500-miler, I think, the year I got on iRacing. So the only 2 500-mile races that I've finished at Bristol, I won both of them.
Must be nice.
Oh, and then you're going to hate me for this, too. My first ever NIS win was the Martinsville night race.
That's not bad.
The playoff Martinsville night race. And I literally led 1 lap. And guess which lap that was?
The final lap.
No, it was the first lap, actually.
No. Yeah, how's that work? How's that work, buddy?
I don't know.
You mean you started pole from the NIS? Your first win was the pole.
Exactly.
Because nobody qualified because it was Martinsville and they knew it was going to be 100 cautions.
Yep. And that's why everyone always calls me dumb for qualifying at Martinsville, but it's like, if you stay up front, you're going to stay out of all the crap, you know? Like, if you stay up front, there is a very high likelihood that you don't get caught up in any shenanigans, because all the shenanigans happen from, like, 10th on back.
I'm trying to think. I think my first NIS win was a Las Vegas.
Ooh, Vegas. That's another good one.
And it was a heck of a battle, man. It was me, Kamondrick Little, and Tanner Love. We were just racing like crazy for 40 laps on that deal, back with the old 850 package, or 750 package.
Oh, man, I missed the 750 with the Gen 6.
Yep. It was right when we got the 2018 Camaro, too.
Oh, man. Wasn't on iRacing for that, but, man, if I could go back and race that, I would.
It was so much fun. That car was so good. Pinnacle did such a great job on that setup. Won a lot of races with them. Then we started one sim and died.
Jeez.
Either way, back to the topic at hand.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna get back to this restart, and I'm not gonna question what just came out of your mouth, because usually it leads to more questions. But one thing that is not a question is Jordan Probst is your leader right now, and he's coming back to a green flag. As that is out in the air, green flag back out in the air here at Dover, and wheel spin is the name of the game here. Everyone looks like they keep it straight for the moment. Down into turn number 1, Jacob Denson thought about a move to the inside of Ed Shearer Jr. there, but thinks better of it here. Oh, man, someone got loose there. I think that may have been Derek Grigsby.
Yeah, somebody got loose on the back straightaway, and Pendergrass got into the fence. Looked like Andrew in the Valvoline machine. But Probst is all over the rear end. I mean, Shearer's all over the rear end of Probst.
3 wide, and he is going to go 3 wide to the inside. Well, maybe not. He backed out of it, but he thought about 3 wide to the inside of turn 1 there.
Oh, here we go for the lead. Shearer Jr. on the inside of Probst coming into turn 3. I don't think Probst is going to be able to do anything for it here.
No, he's not. Shearer Jr., new leader here at Dover. And this was a long time coming.
Yeah, Shearer did everything that he was supposed to do there, too. I talked about the aero wash being such a big issue. You know, the aero blocking being huge in these things here. What he did was he stuck his nose down there where Probst left about maybe 6 inches worth of track open on the bottom. And Sherrod stuck that left front splitter down there and just got air to it and got to him on the back straightaway.
And now Jordan Probst is going to be stuck in the dirty air here, whereas Ed Sheeran Jr. has all the clean air he could want right now, as there is nobody in front of him he's got to worry about for lap traffic.
Right now, everybody's slowing out. We're going to go clean and green here for a little bit. 20 laps left in this stage.
You say that. The last time we said that, they wrecked huge going down into turn 3.
If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
Fair enough. I love how we're describing that pass for the lead like it was lap 180, yet it's lap 40.
Well, I'm excited because we did Richmond Monday night, and I don't think I saw a single pass for anything at any point, so.
Now are you starting to see why I don't like Richmond?
Oh, look. If they put sealer back on it and got these cars to where they weren't so aero-dependent everywhere, it'd be great.
He's talking about the Cup car, by the way. Oh, yeah. Chapman in the inside of Causey here for position. He darted out of line there. I thought he had a problem for just a second, but looks like he's going to make it 2 for 1 here.
Now Chapman is full send. Made it this far into the season. Does Chapman have a win yet?
No. Yeah, no.
He's made it this far into the season, doesn't have a dub yet. He's been really good every week, really consistent. I mean, at this point, man, you've got to be kind of desperate to go out there and get it and, you know, prove that you can do it.
I mean, he does technically have 10 more races, and he's pretty much a lock to make the first round of the playoffs here, so not necessarily meaning he needs a win here, but, I mean, it would be nice to add to the repertoire. Maybe get a little bit more repertoire, sorry about that, but maybe get a little bit more consideration for being a championship favorite here, because, I mean, with Whitley out of the picture now, your 2 championship favorites are Ed Sheeran Jr. and Joseph Causey. Here goes Chapman to the inside of Levi McCarty. Holy cow, he thought about 3 wide with Jacob Denson there, but that 25 is wheeling and dealing right now, and he is not giving a rip right now.
And Causey just following him through with every move that he makes. Staying just, you know, about half a truck length behind him. Smart move. Let somebody else do all the work, and you pick up the scraps.
Yeah, Causey is playing this exactly how he needs to solidify his points lead heading into the playoffs here. Because actually Chapman is the one he's fighting for the regular season championship right now, and look at our standings. Yeah, pretty much Chapman needs to win, and Causey needs to DNF this race for Chapman to take the regular season championship home. So for the moment, if the race were to end right now, Joseph Causey would be your regular season champion.
Well, Chapman can only do one of those 2 things, and he's doing everything he can to get it, but he gets a little loose out of turn 2. One heck of a save.
And here comes Causey to the inside. He pokes the nose. Doesn't have the momentum needed. Oh, man, did Chapman push too early here? I feel like he did.
Well, he'll find out pretty quick. He's got that number 25 machine hooked up.
He's looking to the inside of the 21 on McCarty coming to the end of stage number 1 here. He's got the inside of the 21. Oh, but the 21 gets the run. Now Joseph Causey to the inside, to the outside of the 25 of Chapman. McCarty's just playing devil's advocate here. He's trying to keep both these guys behind him because he knows both of these guys are faster than him as
he got
Chapman
real
gets
tight.
Really loose. I guess he got loose.
He got tight because he was sliding up to the... We can debate on it at some other point, but Causey really smart backing out of it to avoid turning the 25 machine down the racetrack.
He's actually been really smart here by putting a lot of air on the rear end of that 25, getting him really loose off these corners. Oh, man, Chapman did scrape the wall off the corner. He's going to let Causey go here.
That's textbook Dover right there, what Causey just pulled. Get there on them, make them start driving harder, make them make mistakes so you can get by them without having to worry about fighting them too hard, because once they get on the outside and they have a good run, it's about impossible to clear somebody here. Causey playing smart. Chapman just fell right in for it.
Yeah, Causey is playing chess while Chapman's playing checkers right now, and move Causey up into that 4th spot. He's going to look up to getting Levi McCarty for position.
Oh, one of the fence.
Oh, wow. Zeke Collins up in the fence. Just about took out Levi McCarty there.
That thing is hurt.
Hurt is the lightest word I would use to describe it. Meanwhile, Ed Sheeran Jr. has just absolutely run away from Jordan Probst. He's put about a second over Probst. Probst is kind of holding his gap to Levi McCarty, but Causey's coming quick.
And Probst's really good performance so far in this thing, too. Second place. About to finish out the first stage here.
Oh, McCarty's just dead sideways off of 2 there. Z Collins also in the wall as well. Now remember, there will not be a stage caution here. There are no stage cautions for these guys tonight, so as soon as they hit lap 60, guess what? They're going to keep going, son. And from what we've seen throughout the season, do not be surprised to see some pit stops here about 5 to 7, maybe 8 laps after the end of the stage, as has been pretty much customary throughout the majority of the season to this point. So green flag pit stops are going to be a big time factor here starting stage number 2. And this could be where we see some mistakes made. Knowing how Dover is and knowing how things tend to happen on these long runs at Dover, do not be surprised to see a couple of self-spins here getting onto pit road.
Oh, self-spins as well as just people getting stuck wedged nose first into the tire barriers on the bottom too. It is, like I said, it's such a hard pit road to get into, and it is so easy to overcook it. And once you get down there and you're going about 2 miles too fast, there's nothing you can do to stop that slide right into the barrels.
Nope. The amount of times I've done it myself and the amount of times I've seen that happen before is astounding, but it's also another big thing with these green flag pit stops is your Causey. Woo. Causey just about took the rear end off the 514 of Aldrich there.
I'm not Causey, I'm Atkins.
Wait a minute, what?
You said you're Causey.
What?
I'm being smart and you lost it.
Oh.
Final
Oh,
brain
that's my
cell.
good
It's all
thought.
good.
Thank you. I just lost my train of thought, you meanie.
It's okay.
I was going to say something and it was actually going to make sense, and then you just wrecked whatever thought I had.
It happens.
Oh, yeah.
No thoughts
I
allowed
remember
here.
what
Smooth brain hours.
I remember what I was going to say. If I could get this man to shut up for 15 seconds. What I was going to say is that with these green flag pit stops that are going to be happening here after the end of stage 1, it's going to be a game of devil's advocate on where you want to pit. Because minimum here in the trucks, you're going to lose 2 laps pitting under green flag to the other guys. So it's going to be a matter of how far are you willing to push it versus how much time are you willing to lose.
Well, with it being Dover and with this pit road being as intricate to enter as it is, I tend to err on the side of caution. I stay out as late as I possibly can here most years. You know, within 10 to 20 lap tolerance at the end of the fuel run, of course, because you don't want to just go a lap down to go a lap down. But
I mean, these guys are going to be losing 2 laps under green flag pit stops, so I mean that will cycle out eventually. But it's just how much time are you willing to lose coming in a little bit earlier, knowing how powerful the undercut is here.
Look, there are 3 things guaranteed in life, and it is taxes, bumper hook at Daytona, and somebody wrecking as soon as you leave pit road at Dover.
Not sure how that's the saying goes, but that works as well.
No,
but while
the
we
iRacing
were,
version.
Yeah, fair enough. But while we were being dumb, Edward Shearer Jr. did take stage number 1, his, I believe, 6th stage win of the season. Knock on wood. I don't know. But he has won a pretty good chunk of stages this season, and he'll add another one to that tally here as we march on further towards stage number 2, which is a lot shorter than stage number 1. I believe that stage is at 100, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not, so these guys will have a 40-lap run. Oh, Aldrich down to the inside wall. What happened to Nathan Aldrich there?
It's pretty spooky there.
Yeah.
We watch Tyler Riggs here. Back to 8th position.
Tyler Riggs is moving his way up. He's working on Charlie Harcum here.
These guys having good, quiet races, you know, not getting caught up into anything chaotic, no damage.
Say the Q word. Why did you have to say the Q word?
Well, it's been quiet so far. They've been out of trouble.
Okay, this
We're
man
stage
is,
in.
This man is a harborer for chaos.
You know it. Causey under fire right now.
Yeah, that's from. Who is that from?
Looks like Knopp.
Evan Knopp. That's a name we haven't seen since Auto Club earlier this season. He's worked his way up into the top 5, working on 4th.
And that is a fire-looking paint scheme too.
Oh yeah,
I dig the old Penske vibes with the triangular front end with the Penske font. And that gold. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, that is a nice paint scheme there for Evan Knopp. Ooh, somebody's missing a front bumper. It looks like. Oh, what happened here?
He is bringing the heat to Causey.
Z Collins and Andrew Lemke just had a little excursion on the front stretch. Collins gets loose off of turn 4, and Lemke loses his front hood.
We got battle for 4th place right now. The Knopp on the inside of Causey.
Ooh, he tried it as now Jacob Denson is looking to get in on this fight as well. Denson to the inside of the 63 of Knopp. But it doesn't look like Denson has that entry corner grip here, as Evan Knopp is going to use that outside line run to stay in front of the 79 of Denson for now.
This is wild. I figured this would be a place that would fall into Causey's wheelhouse. We've seen how good he is on the short tracks and the road courses. I mean, you know, wild to say 4th place isn't necessarily falling in his wheelhouse, but Scherer, Probst, and McCarty have just run away from him up here.
It's another weird thing in saying that is you really have to drive Dover like a road course. I mean, it is just, every corner is so much different from one another that you really can't drive this place like a normal oval. Am I wrong in saying that? Like, I feel like you have to drive this place. Every corner has to be different, you know, because there's so many different ways you could drive each corner. You could diamond, you could no apex it, you could triple apex. I've seen people triple apex before, which is something that is very weird to both see and commentate on. So
there's about 16 different ways you can get through the corner here at Dover, and honestly speaking, there's strengths and weaknesses to each one of those ways, but I mean, there's no real way of saying that it's wrong because different parts of the run call for different things.
Exactly. That's what's so. That's what makes Dover so tricky, is just the diversity in a run. I mean, on fresh tires, you're running low 24-second laps. I mean, fastest lap for Ed Sheeran Jr. is a 23.956. Right now, he's running 25.4s right now, which I believe he may have pit under one of the last cautions. So that explains why he's run away from the field so far. But Jordan Probst and Levi McCarty, I believe, are on their original set of tires.
But this is also one of those tracks, too, where it's not even so much, you know, wheel and entry location, right? Like, there's so many different ways you can get extra time out of the car here just by what you do with your throttle, how aggressive you are with your throttle.
For sure.
You know, like me at Dover, man, I'll be honest, I very rarely come off the throttle for more than about a 1/16 of a second.
Whereas what I do here is I let the car roll through the corner.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tap the brakes to set the nose, and I'll let it roll and just let the car do its thing.
Yeah, we both run really well here and won a ton of races throughout our time on the service. And we both do it entirely different.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Dover. You can have many different driving styles, yet get the same results here, as we should start to see some green flag pit stops here soon. We're going to see who decides to pull down first. And it looks like Jacob Denson and Charlie Harcum are the first to make a move for pit road.
Good entries.
Denson makes it. Ooh, Harcum makes it, and Scott Feltz barely made it there.
I will say the juice is not worth the squeeze when it comes to getting aggressive with that pit road entry here.
Yeah, and Levi McCarty's also down pit road.
You get close to it on that first run, man. I tell you what, if you don't back it up like crazy on the second one, you ain't thinking.
Derek Grigsby is coming down pit road. That got a little sketchy for the 5, but he makes it down safely. James Kerr right behind him as well, as it looks like green flag pit stops are the name of the game right now for a good chunk of your field right now.
And also, yep, here he comes. Here comes Causey. Diving it down on the apron.
Road. Ooh, he makes it barely.
I think he got slowed down in time. He's all right.
That was scary for Joseph Causey. But he's the first out of your top 5 to bring it down pit road.
Sure, still staying out. Wondering if he's going to be coming in this time. You're sitting duck if you stay out late. Or too late, because you're going to lose so much time on that undercut here.
Yeah, but one thing that absolutely ticks me off, and you can ask my buddy RJ Root about this, is every time he comes to Dover, this man stays out as long as he physically can, because this man gets so freaking lucky with his cautions at Dover. I've seen this man do a 96-lap run waiting for a caution here at Dover before. And of course, what does he get at the second he's thinking about pitting? Boom, caution.
You know, I wish I had that. That golden horseshoe.
I do too. As we're still waiting on a good chunk of your top 3 to come down pit road. Scherer stays out another lap. Here comes Probst down pit road. He's going to surrender to the time loss here. Tyler Riggs just came off of pit road, and sounds like Ed Shearer Jr. has called out over the radio that he's coming down pit road.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be tricky. He got it. He got it.
He got it, barely.
You got to be real careful not to get hung up on that seam and the transition between the concrete and the asphalt, because that right there will bite you so quick.
Oh, Chapman's coming down. Make it. Slow down. He got it. Jordan Probst is also down pit road, so Evan Knopp is the only person that has not come down pit road to this point, and he has officially completed last to first as of now. It's just a matter of how long is he willing to stay out.
Well, I mean, honestly speaking, at this point, you're not racing to get into the playoffs. You've stayed out long enough that you hurt your opportunity to win with the undercut. Man, just keep the thing out there and hope for a caution.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, here he comes.
Nope. Here he comes.
He's coming down pit road. So,
never mind. Don't listen to me. I know nothing.
We never do.
We know.
That should put Ed Shearer Jr. back into the lead pretty convincingly here.
Yeah, but for now, we're going to have McCarty up here at the top spot.
Oh, yeah. McCarty did jump him. I was going to remember Levi McCarty pit I believe 6 laps sooner than Ed Shearer Jr. did.
Look at that. They found Mrs. Hood.
Wow. Where'd they find that at? Oh, well, he is 15 laps down, so I guess they went scavenging on the track after during one of those cautions. As this should put the majority of the field down to about 13th back on the lead lap here. That's the one thing about Dover. This race is a race of attrition, for sure. If there was ever a poster boy for a race of attrition, Dover. Just randomly pick a race at Dover, and I guarantee you there is a minimum of 10 retirements, real or iRacing.
Yeah, it was a very, very tricky track. Especially when, you know, you have one incident and the entire field can just get caught up in it.
I mean, some of the biggest wrecks, real or on iRacing, have been here at Dover. I mean, a la Joey Logano, 2008 or 2007? Where he went barrel rolling.
I think that was 09, possibly?
Could have been 09. Yeah, because that was the year. That was the year they were doing the car tomorrow here, I believe. Yep. No, that was in the
Boyer's flip.
Boyer's flip here. Yeah, that was 2008. I remember that.
But no, Logano's was 09 because Stewart was in that car in 08. If I remember correct.
True. Yeah, that's true because he went to Stewart Haas in 2009. But while we're sitting here reminiscing, we're going to Take it to a commercial break here from Dover. 86 laps in the book. We'll take you to the end of stage 2 after this quick commercial break.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back live here at Dover International Speedway, encroaching on the end of stage number 2 here. Edward Shearer Jr. has reclaimed the lead here from Levi McCarty, but we got ourselves a pretty heated battle for the 3rd spot between Joseph Causey and Jordan Probst.
Jordan Probst been looking good all night. Down here on the inside of Causey, down at the start-finish line. Causey's going to pull ahead a little bit coming into turn 1. I think Probst is going to get it here. That bottom line's just been so strong tonight. And yes, he does. He clears him coming out of 2.
Causey has the up and under, though. Does Probst throw a block, or does Causey even have enough momentum? And he does not have enough momentum to make a move down into turn number 3. And that is hook, line, and sinker Dover on a long run. I mean, these guys have been going since about lap 30. I believe lap 34 was the time of our last caution. These guys restarted on 37, and they've been green ever since. So that is just, I guess, the perfect approximation of a long run here. Just that single pass is about the only thing that has happened here in the last probably 20 laps since pit stops.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this place too, because it's really rewarding for those guys that are really good at saving tires and going out there and keeping their stuff in good condition. That's what you're seeing right now with Probst out here, just absolutely flying. And man, honestly, I was expecting more out of Causey this week. I said it earlier. I'm gonna say it again. Come on, pick it up, buddy.
I think that this may be a little bit preemptive, but the last couple of weeks, Causey just hasn't had kind of the performances we're expecting out of that 88 truck. And you know, you wonder if he's just saving his best stuff for the championship here, or well, for the playoffs, I should say. As we're seeing Tyler Riggs and Scott Phelps side by side. That is for 7th position. These guys are a casual 10 seconds behind Ed Chura Jr.
Yeah, I figure too, man. There's been big changes made to the trucks too in the past handful of months. Maybe that's coming into play too a little bit as it comes to some of these tracks that you don't really go to all that often on here.
Yeah, I wish they would go back to 2 races at Dover. I really do. Dover is just such a perfect track to race at because it really weeds out the men from the boys. At a track like this, you figure out who's good and who's not.
I personally think we should go to Darlington at least 4 times a year.
I would actually harm myself if we went to Darlington that much.
Oh, so good.
I despise Darlington, except for that one time I finished 3rd. But other than that,
getting what, 3 races there in 2020? That was amazing. So much fun to watch.
I've had 1 good race at Darlington, and that was purely because of luck. So I do not like Darlington that much.
From a viewership standpoint, I know we'll make a lot of people angry with this. The 550 package at Darlington was mint.
Yeah, that was
amazing. It was some of the best Darlington racing I've seen since the 2000s.
550 package, that is the only place it is good at is Darlington. Change my mind. I will fight you on that. But speaking of changes being made, you know what we got a little bit earlier today, Sheldon?
What we got?
We got a little, one of those nice little every 3-month development updates from iRacing. And they released a lot of interesting information here. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of read the Cliff's notes here, but a couple of tracks that are coming is Croft and Thruxton, which I'm assuming are a couple of British tracks from the UK. They got the Bend Motorsports Park over in Australia coming to iRacing here soon. Or actually, they're scanning. They're scanning the Bend this week, and then they're planning on visiting Adelaide in November. Valencia is apparently under contract as well to get scanned. And they have, the iRacing scan team has made several stops at NASCAR tracks to get the most up-to-date data for their NASCAR refresh. So that is very interesting to hear. I actually saw pictures on Twitter of them at Sonoma, post-repave, getting that track scanned. So that'll be nice to have an updated Sonoma. And another big track that is actually, there's a chance that it could release for Season 4 is the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps rescan.
That's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah. I am so excited for that.
I mean, I got to wonder, too, at the same time, though, with all these rescans and everything that they're doing, I mean, how much is that is necessarily because they want to update it for iRacing, and how much of that is because they got that brand new game coming out in another year?
Well, for NASCAR, that's exactly what it's for, is the NASCAR refresh. That's exactly what they're rescanning all the tracks for, because they're planning on using the same sim data, the same car data, and the same track data for both iRacing and NASCAR 25. So that's what that's for. But Spa, I can already tell you, we have a 15, 16-year-old scan, I believe, of Spa right now on the service. So if I'm not mistaken, the Spa scan we have right now is from 2009.
So I'm really curious to see moving forward. So, like, we know that, you know, the license for IMSA and WEC and IndyCar and all that stuff got absorbed into the whole motorsport games deal. I'm really wondering if in the next handful of years we're going to start hearing about, you know, some of those licenses coming to iRacing to become console properties with iRacing.
I would not be opposed to that, honestly, because if we could get the WEC license here on iRacing, that would mean we get a lot of big-time European endurance races on iRacing, which have been missing, a la the 24-hour race of the French countryside that shall not be named, and a couple others.
But I think it would be so wonderful, and honestly, I can't think of a better service to be the central hub, so to speak, for all of these games, and one that's been doing it for, God, 30, 40 years.
Yeah, because what? NR 2003 was 2003, so...
Yeah, that was 20-some years ago. They've been going since 92, I want to say, so about...
Yeah, Papyrus itself was a... about 30-ish years. But there's a couple other interesting tidbits that were released. Caldwell Park has also been confirmed for the Season 4 drop here in about 4 weeks. So that is another British circuit that is really fun to drive. I highly encourage anyone who has the funds available to go buy that track and drive it, because that track is so much fun to drive. Yeah, mini stocks were another big thing. I was getting to that because the new cars coming out. There's a brand new BMW M4 GT4 Evo coming out here with this next build. The McLaren 720S GT3, which has been a long time wanted car both for me and iRacing itself, is finally getting added to iRacing, which is awesome because the current McLaren GT3, I believe, is from 2012, if I'm not mistaken. But there was also the news that the mini stock is getting added with the Season 4 build, which is absolutely huge. My buddy Brandon Edstrom, longtime friend here at GridVision, he has been, I cannot count the amount of times I've posted updates and, you know, dev updates and all that stuff, and he's just been screaming about wanting the mini stock. So you can finally shut up about that if you're watching this, Brandon. Love you. Anyway, but the mini stock coming is huge news. That is awesome. And a lot of quality of life stuff for us announced as well. With the iRacing weather system, you got spotty rain now, which is going to be something very interesting, because now it's going to be a lot harder to predict when rain could fall. A couple other cars getting rain tires, TCR class cars, the Audi RS3, Honda Civic Type R, Hyundai Elantra, and Hyundai Veloster. TCR cars all getting rain tires. The Renault Clio Cup is getting rain tires, and then the Ford FR500S for the Production Cup Challenge here on iRacing is getting rain tires as well. One big thing that I noticed in this was qualifying visibility. So now, instead of, if you're in a race sitting in qualifying, if you click on another driver's name, you know how now you click on their name, you can't see them running on track during qualifying. You can do that now with the next update, which is going to be huge. And in iRacing's word, here, we'll find it. This is iRacing's words here. Not only will this make qualifying more interesting, as you can see how others are doing it, but it will also help create better accountability. And if anyone is up to qualifying hijinks, it will be immediately apparent to all. So that is a big-time quality of life change that
should have been implemented years ago, personally. But
good to see that's good to see that's coming. That is a long time wanted change. And they got some dirt enhancement coming, because it looks like some issues with lightweight, high-powered cars with their progression from a tacky to a slick track is being updated and fixed. They got some enhanced
coming in. Probst.
Oh, Jordan Probst coming down pit road. Hold that thought real quick.
Getting third place.
Interesting call from the 91 of Jordan Probst.
And back to the racing, man. Look at the gap that Scherer Jr. has put on Joseph Causey. 10 seconds, man.
That is... Oh, Causey's coming down pit road as well. Oh, Causey's
Causey, big trouble on pit road. That's definitely going to be speeding.
Somehow he did not get a speeding penalty for that.
Ow. What did you do, pay off an official? That's wild.
That would be my guess.
If I even think about doing that, I get black flagged.
If I even look at pit road wrong, I get a black flag. I don't understand how he got away with that. As Jacob Denson's coming down pit road now.
Ed is just gone.
Yeah, he is. He's got 3 speeds right now. Here, there, gone.
Well, I mean, what we're seeing right now is that the overcut for him is really paying off.
Yeah, for sure. And this pit stop right here, as here comes Charlie Harcum. It looks like Scott.
Oh, big slide.
I believe I heard Scott Phelps is coming down pit road as well. He is. And I believe all these pit stops means that these guys are officially good to the end of the race. Because that's going to be 80 laps to the end, and these guys, I believe, did 85 on their first run, so...
Ed just staying out here, growing that lead a little more. Man, it's like somebody flipped a light switch on him about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And he's just been unstoppable ever since.
I know exactly what that light switch is, but I'm not going to say anything about it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
It's a grip hack EXE, right?
Yeah. We'll go with that.
There we go. There we go. Classic.
Evan Knopp down pit road. Pretty much everyone just logging laps at this point. 124 in the books here from Dover.
Another exciting thing that I saw on that dev list is a Gen 4 car, unfortunately, being postponed, but that'll be coming at the first build, allegedly, of 2025.
Yeah, so that'll be the Season 1 build.
And even more excitingly, they hinted at a complete relook at the ARCA car, which makes me think we're finally getting the actual ARCA car.
Oh, yeah, that's been confirmed for a while. So.
Oh, that has? Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't around when that got confirmed.
Yeah, that was a big-time enhancement. And they also have some big-time development on their graphics engine update. That won't be ready for a while.
Oh, we got a yellow.
Racetrack. Ooh, hold on. What is this for?
And Scherer Jr. just got on pit road.
Lucky. Oh, I found it. It was Jason Miz and Scott Feltz.
And Riggs is going to be your leader.
Oh, man. Tough break for Scott Feltz.
And Miz's rough night just continues getting worse.
And the good old saying, this changes everything.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, what, 2 cars on the lead lap now?
Yeah, Tyler Riggs. Actually, I believe, no. Yeah, Edward Scherer Jr. will be your leader coming into this restart. But Tyler Riggs is going to be in second. Andrew Pendergrass is going to be in third.
Yeah, this changes a lot of things.
This race just got flipped on its head in the best ways possible.
Well, up here on the booth, best ways possible.
Oh, yeah, on the track, there's a lot of people punching air right now.
Probst going to get himself the lucky dog. Another new paint scheme for that 91 machine this week.
Oh, yeah, that 91 has had paint schemes pretty much every week.
Gone is the blue and rose gold from last week. Now just a solid black and white with skull candy.
Yeah, the skull candy paint's always a clean one here that we see. Whether it be real life or on iRacing, always a clean paint for the skull candy.
I like the little homage to the GM Goodwrench with the blue box around the skull on the hood too. It's kind of classy. I dig it.
Yeah, I like that.
Good looking hot rod.
So yeah, this race is going to get very interesting as Ed Scherer Jr. is coming down pit road again.
Sounds like the 7's parking for the rest of this one.
So it's a good thing and a bad thing. Jason Miz has had, not entirely his fault for Jason Miz, but he has had a, we'll say, rough race here tonight.
That's gonna really stink because he was close to the bubble, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure he was in 15th, so I think
he was 15th,
good.
277 points over Henderson in 16th, which was 266, and Aldrich 17th, who is actually your 16th now.
And Cody
it was only about a 10-point swing. You still got
So Cody Henderson's not here tonight. He did not start tonight, so he is.
Okay, so Miz is good.
Yeah,
Miz is good. So Cody's out
Aldrich, then. Yeah, Miz is good. He's confirmed because Aldrich is 44 laps down right now. He's out of this race. And Austin Pendergrass is 116 down. There's no way that Miz can not make the playoffs here because Timothy Pendergrass, he is 95 laps down. So The only thing that could make it a little bit tight is if Tyler Riggs wins this race. And with the way that this race just got flipped on its head, there's a chance.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Also, we got stage points and stuff that we haven't factored in yet either.
Oh no,
because we don't have the access to all of that scoring.
I got a little bit of a moment. A couple of our Androids out of the way. I mean, because it was pretty much a sweep of the Real Assist stage wins for Ed Shearer Jr. And always got to thank the guys over at Real Assist. Are you a real estate agent tired of worrying if your assistant is worth it? Say goodbye to the hassle with Real Assist. Introducing Real Assist, the innovative solution for all your real estate assistant needs. Unlike traditional hourly services, Real Assist operates on a transaction-based model, ensuring you only pay for the tasks that make you money. Imagine saving thousands while focusing on what truly matters, closing deals and growing your business. Our dedicated team handles everything from administrative tasks to client follow-ups, allowing you to maximize your productivity and profitability. Don't let the stress of managing an assistant slow you down. With Real Assist, you get top-notch support tailored to your needs, giving you peace of mind and the freedom to excel in your career. Real Assist, taking care of all your real estate assistant tasks. Transaction-based, worry-free, and cost-effective. Visit our website today to revolutionize your real estate business. And perfect timing as we're coming back to a restart here. Green flag back out into the air, and this is a la, 2004 style, a single-file restart here at Dover.
Good, clean start for Tyler Riggs. He's going to clear Ed Shearer Jr. coming in turn 1, but Shearer's going to get right back to the bumper and turn up the heat. Diving down to the bottom coming out of turn 2. Oh, and sideways on both of them.
Both of them dead sideways off of 2, but Tyler Riggs is not even going to fight Ed Shearer Jr. here.
No, right now, Riggs is going to hang on. He's got 4 fresh tires. All the guys behind him on older stuff. This is a good opportunity to spawn into his lap here and see if he can make the most of it.
Yeah, and we did have a little bit of a mix-up there. We got a couple of extra people back on the lead lap. Everyone down to 9th place is back on the lead lap, so this race did not fully get turned on its head, but it is still a very interesting race from what we were running.
Yeah, everybody's on off-cycle tires now compared to your first 2. Probst not letting that hold him down too much, though. He's all over the back bumper of Riggs right now.
He's looking to the inside, not to the outside.
See, Probst got the lucky dog, so he got to come in and get an extra set there.
And now he's going to make the move to the inside. Move Jordan Probst up into your second spot.
Give it to him here. Probst clear coming out of turn 2. Now hunting down your leader, Ed Shearer Jr. in front of him. It's going to be a hard task, though.
Nigh on impossible to catch Ed Shearer Jr. with the pace that one truck's been showing.
Oh, into the fence. Zeke Collins further in the back.
Levi McCarty, Joseph Causey, and Evan Knopp all up in arms here. McCarty gets a little bit loose. Knopp to the inside. That is for 5th spot. Him and Levi McCarty fighting. On track, McCarty keeps the position for now, but Knopp seems to have a much faster truck than Levi McCarty.
I'm going to say, man, on second thought, I think I'm going to have to move Probst into that way too soon Final 4.
That's why I originally put him in.
Dude, I totally forgot about the fact that he's been second pretty much every week for like the past month. Dude, so good.
Yeah, like I said, I think my early predictions, Andrew Chapman, well, obviously Ed Shearer Jr. is your championship favorite right now. Causey, Chapman, and Jordan Probst, I think is going to be my way too early Final 4 prediction. But then again, knock on wood, because there's the old saying, anything can happen.
I mean, it depends on what track we end up at, too, right? Like, I can't remember necessarily. Isn't this a Homestead Series?
No. Chicagoland is the championship race.
Chicagoland. Ooh, that's a whole barrel of worms right there.
Yeah, because the playoff schedule will go. They start at Pocono next week, 97 laps there. Then they head to Kentucky the week after for 128 laps. The 29th of August, they got Texas for 129 laps.
Oh, McCarty in the wall out of 2.
Then they head to Richmond the first week of September. That's going to be a 200 lap race. Kansas the week after, then Daytona. Then they head to Homestead, Michigan, and Chicagoland to round out the season.
Solid schedule, but right now, Knopp on the inside of McCarty here in 1 and 2. McCarty really fighting it, hit the fence a couple times, got loose as well. But not giving an inch. Till now.
Oh yeah, but Knopp does get past Levi McCarty there. That is for 5th position. Oh,
McCarty with the switchback.
Not going to have it here as Knopp gets a pretty good run there on that middle line. And he keeps it going for that 5th spot. Now going to work on chasing down Joseph Causey for that 4th spot.
Knopp has been so good this evening.
Oh yeah, he is
really
gone.
Good race.
He started shotgun on the field tonight. He started 21st, and he was leading at one point tonight, and he is currently sitting 5th right now. He definitely has himself a top 3 truck here.
Yeah, it makes you wish that he could have made the full season. Honestly.
Yeah, 'cause honestly, I would say he would be a dark horse championship 4 contender.
I put him up there with Probst and Heartbeat. He's been so good tonight.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, his only other 2 races were Vegas and Auto. Or actually, no, I believe his only other race was Auto Club, and he damn near won that race. So, yeah, I could see him. I could see you putting him up there with Probst if he did make the full season here.
Right now, he's all over the rear bumper of Causey.
All over it. Left, right, center, up, down, north, south, east, west. Anything you can think of, Knopp is all over it.
And it's such an out-of-character night for Causey, too.
Yeah, you're so used to seeing Causey up there with Sherrod Jr. just dominating these races, and I mean, it's not, like I said, like you said earlier, it's not that he's having a bad race, he's just having himself a little bit of an off night. Maybe not the biggest fan of Dover. Is Knopp thinking about the chrome horn?
Knopp is all over him coming out of turn 2. He's going to dive it down to the bottom on the back straightaway. He can't get the run to get to his quarter, though. He's going to try it up top.
Quite have the run here. He's going to stay behind him for one more run around. Coming up off of turn number 2. Has a pretty decent run here. Pokes the nose to the inside. Knopp to the inside of Causey.
And battle for second is shaping up, too. Riggs on the inside of Probst.
Oh, it got tight between Knopp and Causey there, as Knopp is going to have to sit behind Causey one more time. And you're right. Probst and Riggs looking like they're going to start throwing haymakers here soon. As here comes Riggs. He shows the nose to the inside, but backs out of it. Still watching this battle for 3rd here as Knopp does get the nose to the inside. Has the nose off the corner, but
Causey get him here in 1 and 2.
Causey kept that position by 0.03 of a second there off of turn number 4. Causey's holding on that outside line.
That's the strongest anybody's holding the outside all day.
And he's going to keep the position for the moment.
Man, put a 6 on that car and right Newman over the roof of it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to make the same joke. This is, contact between the two. Knopp tried the side draft, ended up making a little bit of contact with Causey. But that's funny, as Tyler Riggs did get past Jordan Probst, but that was a pretty easy pass for the 26 of Riggs there.
Really good run for Tyler tonight.
Yeah, he is really showing why he should be in the playoffs.
It's really
Like
showing
I
why
said,
we need to crowdfund him a wheel or something. Man, come on, man, join us.
Dude, if Tyler Riggs gets a wheel, that boy's gonna be fast.
Game over.
If he's that fast on a controller, I want to see what that dude can do on a wheel.
I used to do NR on a wheel, and man, that was terrifying.
Oh God.
I won a league race at Richmond with that setup.
with a wheel on NR 2003?
No, with a controller. On NR 2003.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Speaking of stupidly quick for no reason, Andrew Chapman on fresh tires. He is a couple of laps down, though. Currently 4 down. Just getting ready to ask where the heck he came from. $150 laps in the books here. Ed Shearer Jr. is still dominating this race. I feel like I don't even need to say that. It's kind of common knowledge at this point.
Oh, wait, Ed Shearer Jr. is winning?
No, he's actually last right now.
Oh, okay.
On the track. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
yeah. It's just a timing glitch. Kidding. He's actually leading.
I'll tell you what, if he can get this thing done this week and get the dub, he's going to feel so much better than he did last week.
Oh yeah.
After that late race contact with Whitley, it sounded like he really was hard on himself over that deal. And
Ooh, who was that?
About here. Come over here to Dover and put an old school butt whooping on the field. Man, that's a good feeling.
It's so funny to me because Ed Shearer Jr. is so far ahead that when you look down the straightaway, the only other car you can see is Scott Phelps, who's a lap down. That is how far ahead he is of the field right now. Exactly a straightaway ahead of the rest of the field right now. We're going to talk about domination. Look no further.
I really have to wonder, man, how could... If Whitley was in this thing, like, would he have even had anything for it?
Highly doubt it. Honestly, with just the sheer pace Shearer has shown. I mean, this man's still running 24-second lap times, and he's what? Pulling up on almost 30 laps in this run? That's unheard of. That is unheard of to still be within a second 30 laps into a run at Dover.
Ricciardo got loose out of 4.
You know, and one thing that I thought was going to be a lot more of a kind of a factor here tonight was this track temp as Levi McCarty pulls it down pit road. Now, like I said, go ahead.
I mean, I think the track temp, though, is a big part of the reason why we're not seeing these guys all on top of each other for too long in the run. Because they're just wearing it out so fast on, eggshells trying to run each other over.
Oh, we got more pit stops going on. Jacob Denson, Charlie Harcum coming down pit road here. So it looks like a lot of people may have been short when they made those pit stops at around lap 1-3.
Well, we'll see. I don't see Scherer and Riggs being on that strategy, considering they got to pit you in that caution.
Yeah, you got to remember, all of these guys came down prior to that caution. So that's making me think a lot of these guys may be short. I think Scherer may be on the verge of being good on fuel. Here comes Knopp, so maybe not. Evan Knopp coming down pit road. C. Collins coming down pit road as well, it sounds like. Yeah, looks like nobody's good as Ed Shearer Jr. just announced he's coming down pit road. Tyler Riggs coming down.
All been good.
Oh, and C. Collins gets a black flag on pit road.
He will be looking forward to this race being over.
Yeah.
He has not had a good night in Dover.
He has not. As that puts Andrew Pendergrass up into the lead. A name we really haven't heard that much here tonight in that 44 truck. Having himself a quietly good race.
Staying out of trouble.
Yeah, started 9th, and he's been up near the top 5 pretty much all night.
Stay no trouble keeping the fenders on that 44 machine. It's about the best you can ask for here.
Yeah. It's an old saying here at Dover, you don't need to be fast to win, you just got to survive the chaos.
There's a lot of chaos that comes with this place.
Chaos theory made its name here at Dover. You know, I figured Miles the Monster would have taken a lot more cars here tonight.
Well, it took about, what, eight the first 30 laps?
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
But I figured there'd be a lot more.
It's a pretty sturdy chunk.
How peak would it be if a caution came out right now and Andrew Pendergrass trapped the entire field a lap down?
It'd be interesting.
Tyler Riggs and Levi McCarty are fighting for position here. It is for the 5th spot. That's what I like about Dover so much. No matter how long of a green flag run you're on, there's always something going on around the track. It's not like other tracks where there could be literally nothing happening and you're just having to make up random things to talk about. Here at Dover, things going on no matter what, and now Andrew Pendergrass comes down pit road.
And it mainly just comes down to what we were talking about earlier. There's so many different ways to attack this track at different points in the run. You know, if you're struggling on the bottom, you can move up, you know, theoretically speaking, about a lane or so and arc the corner a different way, and boom, you're back into the money on the timesheet.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking about it earlier. We have 2 very different driving styles, you and I do. And we've found ways to both have a lot of success here. I mean, what were you saying earlier? You pretty much keep on the throttle for the majority of the corner?
Yeah, so the way I do it is I come in, I dip the, you know, depending on what car I'm in, some cars I'll tap the brake just a little bit to set the nose, other cars just roll off it until it gets to center. Or like, not center, so to speak, to where I can feel the car rotate early in the corner. And I'll just, you know, traipse about 10 to 15% throttle in it, then just slowly, gradually, as I come through the radius of the corner, raise that up until I'm flat.
Yeah, and then I drive it completely differently. No matter what car I'm in, I'm pretty much getting on the brakes to set the nose, and then I'm off the throttle and brake completely. I'm just letting it roll and diamonding the corner, and as I'm coming down for that second diamond, that's where I start getting back onto the gas, and I'm not 100% throttle until I'm all the way back up off the corner on the straightaway, so, because that's one thing you don't know about me. I am a god at saving tires for whatever reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, my thing is the way I run it is because I try to shift the balance of the car towards the rear, keep it from getting so god-awful tight, because you can't do anything with a tight car at Dover.
Oh, no.
So I keep that back end loaded up a little bit, and it you know, keeps the right rear tire heated up a little more on the right front, and you know, at the end of 20 or 30, I'm off to the races while people are knocking down the fence.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, at Dover, I would prefer to have a neutral car, but everywhere else, I love a loose race car. I will wheel the thing. I will wheel the crap out of that thing, and I will have a blast doing it. But
I've had a lot of success in the B car with that strategy.
Yeah, especially with a car that you need to let the car do the work at a track that you need to let the car do the work. It is a winning strategy.
I'll wrap those left side tires down on that light gray right before you get to the asphalt transition. While I'm doing that, it just works out perfect. I love this place.
Oh yeah, this is easily one of my favorite tracks here.
Here,
you know what?
Darlington, Old Kentucky, Atlanta, the old one.
Oh yeah, Old Atlanta was fun. I'm not a fan of Darlington, but I mean, I'll tolerate it. I love watching races, though, don't get me wrong. I hate racing there.
I love running that place. Oh, Riggs gets stuffed up into the fence by Knopp coming out of turn 4. Here comes Knopp charging to the bottom here in 1 and 2. He's going to get him coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, Knopp is showing some pace here late.
Not quite.
There's a chance Knopp could get a top 3 out of this if he stays clean here. Because we got just under 30 to go here. He just moved up into 4th. He's got 3 seconds to get up to Joseph Kazi, 4 to get up to Probst. And it's just another casual 7 seconds up to Ed Sheeran.
Oh, McCarty hard into the fence out of turn 2. I think he knocked the toe out of it. He's still in the fence. That was a huge hit. You see him wiggling down the straightaway.
That could spell race over for Levi McCarty. Luckily for him, he doesn't have much to lose.
Oh, thank God. Seated well enough in the points right now.
I was talking points and positions.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I think he knocked the skew out of that thing.
Yeah, he has slowed up big time compared to Tyler Riggs and Evan Knopp.
The wheel's sitting for the most part straight down the straightaway. Watching Kazi right now in 3rd place. 8 seconds back from the leader, Ed Sheeran Jr. What a clinic Edis has put on tonight.
Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts. This has been a dominating performance from the one truck.
This has been his...
We'll have to keep an eye on our battle for second. It's starting to close up just a little bit here.
I'll tell you what, this has been the best run out of Ed all year, though. You know, got lucky at Bristol with the wreck. Or sorry, not Bristol. Where did we go after Bristol? My brain's not working, guys. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I got you. You said after Bristol?
Yeah, because he won the week after Kazi's 2nd win.
Nashville.
Got lucky at Nashville because there's issues. Then the contact last week. This week is absolutely dominating.
And you got to wonder, can he keep this momentum up? Because next week is Pocono, and that is anybody's game. I feel like we always get a surprise winner at Pocono. I mean, you look at the A Open and NIS coverage, that Friday night NIS top split, you had the number 33 car win that race. In that NIS race. He started 33rd and won at Pocono. So Pocono is one of those, you know, wild card races. You have no idea who's going to win.
Pocono's one of those places you either get it or you absolutely don't.
I love Pocono. Pocono, honestly, between Dover and Pocono, I would have to say Pocono is my favorite track.
I was better at the bumpy version of Pocono.
Oh yeah, the bumpy version.
When we got the repave, it's been bad for me.
Well, yeah, the bumpy version is always going to be better, but I could not handle the force feedback at the bumpy Pocono here on iRacing.
I loved it. Loved chasing the grip strip too after we got a couple laps on the tires.
Yeah. But no, current Pocono is easily one of my favorite tracks. I love that place. I would say my top 3 are Pocono, Dover. I got to think about my 3rd.
I'd love for us to get another scan in about 2 or 3 years with the bumps that are getting put in it. So that place is wearing out pretty quick.
Well, we may with the NASCAR refresh coming. There's a chance.
Either way, Scherer off to an 8.5 second lead over Probst in 2nd.
I believe it's up to about 9 now. Yeah, 9.4 as of the last timing loop. And I'll tell you what, Kazi and Knopp, they're starting to get a little bit closer. Tyler Riggs is still on the rear end of Knopp there. So this battle for 3rd can get a lot spicier here as we're closing in on 15 to go.
And Riggs has just been so good tonight. You know, normally he comes out, qualifies well, fades back pretty quick. He's still in this thing fighting. Still well within the top 5. 4 seconds back from him is McCarty. No real pressure back there, especially after McCarty hit the fence.
And Harcum's starting to catch up to McCarty as well. It's just a matter of, is this battle for third? Because it's at a second right now, just about a second.
Got 15 laps to go to decide this thing.
Well, at this point, barring divine intervention, we already know who's going to win this race. Like, be honest with me. Is
Chase
there anyone
Elliott?
else? Jesus. No, because he got dumped by Ryan Newman.
Hello, Newman.
I love ticking off Chase Elliott fans with that one. It's fun. I know that if Ed Sheeran Jr. comes back and watches this broadcast, I know that tidbit's going to piss him off because he's a Chase Elliott fan.
Well, maybe if he'd covered the top when Kyle Busch got to the top, he would have won, but no. Spotter says, you ought to go to the top, cover the top. He's coming up high. And Chase just runs the damn apron. I was a Chase Elliott fan during that era, and I hated it.
I was a Chase Elliott fan until he won his championship. Then I stopped liking him.
Yeah, it's kind of the same for me. But that's also because 2021, the guy that I actually wanted to see win championships got put in the other car in his team.
Oof. And then now I've been a depressed Chris Buescher fan for the better part of the last probably 2 years now.
Hey, man, it's shaping up.
It's gonna come. His first win will come eventually.
Chris Buescher, he's got like 4.
I know, but his first win this season, it's gonna come eventually.
Oh, this
He's
year?
been
Yeah.
snubbed out of 3 of them this year.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough this year.
Trust me, I know. I have watched all 4 of the races he got snubbed out of.
Yeah, I'm an RFK fan, so
Hey, RFK buddies.
I pick I pick teams by manufacturer.
That's
I'll
fair.
let you know when I figure one out for Toyota.
Ugh.
I can't figure a single team I like for Toyota.
You can catch me dead before I'm cheering for a Toyota team. It's funny because I drive a Toyota. I just hate Toyota in NASCAR for some reason.
Yeah, it's boring.
Oh, what's up with the... Oh, well, that's Chapman, who's on fresh tires. Never mind. Disregard. I'm being an idiot.
It's okay. We're proud of you still.
Are y'all, though?
A little bit.
I
Just
got
under
2
10
different
laps.
answers. I got 2 different answers from that. I got just a little bit from... Or no, you said you were still proud, and then our producer said, yeah, we're still disappointed in you, so...
Oh, well, then you're doing...
I don't know
You're
what to
neutral,
feel
then.
anymore.
It's neutral.
I don't know what to feel anymore.
I think you need to feel excited because we have 8 laps to go here at Dover.
8 to go, and let's be honest, this race has been decided since about lap 120. So it's just a matter of who's going to finish behind first place.
Right now, that battle for second place didn't really transpire into much of anything. These top 3 guys all kind of separated by about a second from each other.
And our timing is a little bit off. It is not an 8-second gap. It is actually a 10-second gap. So it is a little bit ahead of what it actually is because Shearer Jr.'s got a 10-second lead over Jordan Probst, 12 seconds over Causey, and another 12 as well over Evan Canal. So it's about a second off, so it's not horrible, but that is a little bit off, so just disregard that.
Well, I'm excited. If all stays the same, I get to talk to Probst another week in a row.
Fair. I get to talk to the same 2 people as last week.
There we go.
Same questions. How are you doing? Kidding.
Who do you want to thank for this one?
Exactly.
Have a good night.
How are you feeling for the playoffs?
We got a few questions here. But we'll get to that when we get to it. 5 to go.
No, actually,
4 to go, actually.
we're coming up on 4 to go. But
Yeah. sitting here watching Causey for the past handful of laps. Got confused.
It's okay. Coming up off of turn number 4, Sherrod Jr. going to come to take 3 to go here. He's got absolutely no challenge whatsoever. And like I said, it is going to take divine intervention to stop Ed Sherrod Jr. from winning this race. It is going to take an act of God to stop him from winning this race.
And here he is right now getting to the rear end of Pendergrass here. 44 machine, lap down. Wouldn't be really pushing it too hard. Such a huge gap. You don't want to go out there and try and battle a lap car. Just bring the thing home with 2 laps left.
Yeah, Pendergrass is actually on the lead lap. He is 24 seconds off of Sherrod Jr., so he's about to get lapped.
And a good run for him, too. 8th place.
Oh, yeah, he's been right around that 8th, 7th. I think he was up in 5th at one point.
That's
White
solid.
flag in the air here for Ed Sherrod Jr. Domination has been the name of the game for that number 1 truck. Number 1 in first position. It has been a dominating race for Ed Sherrod Jr. I mean, there is no other way to talk about it. That 1 truck has put his mark here on the High Slide Racing League Truck Series, and he's going to end the regular season off right by winning here at Dover.
And the first guy whose name isn't Mark Whitley to have more than 3 wins in the series this year.
And he's the second guy to win 3 in a row this season. Him and Mark Whitley are the only guys to do it.
Hats off, man. One heck of a late season resurgence for him.
Oh, yeah. And that should set him up really good heading into the playoffs. But your top 3. Yeah, he swept the stages, won the race. Just about as dominating as you can get for the 1 truck.
Yeah. Joseph about to be sweating over there right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to stop giving him
Jr.
tips.
Is that Sherrod Jr., Jordan Probst, and Causey, your top 3? As we watch Ed Sherrod Jr. burn it down here from Dover.
Got to bend that left rear quarter pound to get to pass Tech. Did you see that?
Yep, I saw it. Fine him, ban him, take his win away. Kidding. I'm kidding. As we watch him burn it down, we're going to send it to our final commercial break up the night. Stay right here. Post-race coverage and interviews coming next. And we welcome you back here to Dover International Speedway. Post-race coverage here from the track. Ed Sherrod Jr. Domination. I mean, there is no other word to describe the butt kicking he put on the field tonight. Led 145 laps tonight. If that's not domination, I don't know what is. Jordan Probst led 26 himself, finishes 10 seconds off. Sherrod Jr. in that second spot. Joseph Causey in the third. Evan Knopp in fourth. Tyler Riggs rounds out your top 5. Levi McCarty, Charlie Harcum, and Andrew Pendergrass round out your trucks, finishing on the lead lap. Jacob Denson and James Kerr round out your top 10.
In 11th place, we have Andrew Chapman, followed by Scott Phelps in 12th. 13th is going to be Zenla Collins, with 14th place being Derek Grigsby. 15th is Jason Miz with Nathan Aldrich in 16th. 17th is going to be Anthony McPherson with Andrew Mumkey in 18th. 19th is going to be Timothy Pendergrass. 20th is going to be Joshua Lucas, and rounding out your field, and 21st is going to be Austin Pendergrass.
That was your field rundown here from Dover. We're going to go ahead and get straight into our post-race interviews. First, going to be speaking with the 88 of Joseph Causey, who finished in third tonight. Joseph, how you doing?
I hurt everywhere.
Name of the game here at Dover, pain and suffering. This place sucks to drive, but man, is it fun when you do good here. Talk us through that race, because honestly, me and Sheldon, we were talking about it throughout the race. This is a little bit of an off race for you. Not as fast as we're used to seeing you here.
I definitely was not as fast as Ed has put in. Like, I think he's raced here 2 times before we got here Thursday, so he raced here Monday and Tuesday with the Cup car and the truck, so he already had laps, and it plainly showed. But man, I didn't think it was going to be that rough. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, but I was trying to figure it out. I thought I was taking it too easy on the first run, then the second run I went a little too hard, and then I tried to find that happy middle in between, and somehow I was able to manage third, but I still don't feel like I should have been in third.
Well, with this result here tonight, third place, that pretty much wraps up your regular season championship. Going into the playoffs, I know regular season championship really doesn't mean anything here for the High Slide Racing League Truck Series. It may mean a points bonus. I'm not too sure how you guys are going to do your playoff standings, but how does, winning a regular season championship like that, is that going to affect kind of how you're going into Pocono? Like what you're planning on doing there at Pocono?
I don't think so. Like I said, we just got to keep going hard and try not to get in no mix-ups like we did in Nashville, and keep, steadily going forward and good finishes and try to get some wins here.
Now, overall for the playoffs, how are you feeling? Just in general, like, are you feeling that you could be a strong championship contender? What are you expecting out of the playoffs?
I think I can be in contender for the championship. Yes. There's some other hungry guys that want it. Yes, there is, and I just got to bring the fight. That's all it is.
Well, I will say you and Ed Shearer Jr. are championship favorites here up in the booth for both me and Sheldon, so take that pressure with what you wish. But
yes, sir. I definitely will.
That is your third place finisher, Joseph Causey, in the 88 truck. Congratulations on the P3 here tonight, Joseph.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, we get to speak with your second place finisher. He's going to be standing with Sheldon Atkins. This is Jordan Probst.
Hey, man, Jordan, feels like I talk to you just about every week now with another solid P2 finish, sitting well in the points. Do you think that there was anything you could have done differently to really get up there to Ed during this thing?
Man.
He was gone.
Yeah, Ed was gone for sure. I consider this to be one of my better tracks on the sim, to be honest with you. Like, Dover is probably my favorite place oval wise. Feel like I had good pace. I don't think I could have really done much else different, honestly. I felt like I ran a really good race tonight, and Ed's pace is just really, really good, and I think is his third race for sure here this week, so he did quite a bit more laps before the race than I did. So anyway, we'll take second. One of these days I've got to win one of these at some point, right? I feel like I'm in the top 5, pretty consistent, so maybe we'll have one of these fall our way one day.
Yeah, you're up here every week, just by numbers alone. I don't see how you can't make it through this year without getting a dub, but running as well as you have, how do you feel about your opportunities in the playoffs? Because you're locked in, buddy.
Oh, well, that's good to know I'm locked in. Unfortunately, work is going to have me traveling for the first 2 weeks of the playoffs, so unless I can make the mad dash back from Florida on Thursday, I'll probably miss Pocono. And then definitely I'm going to miss the next week, no matter what, because I have another work commitment in South Carolina. So just world traveler, I feel like. Maybe, those last couple races, maybe we can make a push, make up some points, and see if we can get back, claw our way back into it. If we finish good every race, definitely puts the pressure on me to do that. But if we finish good every race, people have some bad luck early. We could be in a good spot coming into the playoffs.
Well, man, you've ran really good all season. Anybody you want to thank for this performance tonight?
Well, first of all, I've forgotten the last 2 weeks. We got to thank God for letting us race, right? I mean, we're we get to sit in our nice, comfy homes and race together. I think that's awesome. We're so blessed to be able to do that. Thank goodness he kept us safe today. Had a big tropical storm here, tons of rain and such, trees down everywhere. So hopefully everybody in the league, that was affected by that didn't have anything bad happen to their house or anything. Got to thank, of course, my family and my girlfriend Molly for watching and suggesting paint schemes. This was again her idea for the paint scheme this week, so I think it looked pretty cool. Got a little bit Dale-esque, and of course all my Race Factory teams.
Yeah, I did mention on the broadcast. I do like the blue skull. Really brought back some Intimidator vibes from the late '90s.
Yep. All right, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Hey, man. Have a good night. Good performance tonight. Looking forward to seeing what you can do in the playoffs. Take care, man.
All right, appreciate it. Yep, appreciate it.
That was Jordan Probst, your second place finisher. Now we get to speak with your race winner, Ed Shearer Jr., being the second person this season to win 3 in a row. How you doing tonight, Ed?
Oh, pretty decent. Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Well, like I said, you won 3 in a row going back to Nashville, and my guess is that is some very good momentum to be taking into the playoffs. I believe you're going to be sitting, if I'm not mistaken, based on my math, second in points heading into said playoffs. So I guess first question obviously has to be, how are you feeling going into the playoffs, first and foremost? Because, I mean, this is going to be a long 10-week grind at some of the toughest tracks in NASCAR. So how are you feeling for that?
It's going to be interesting. I just got done talking to Kazi about it. It's like, we have Pocono and Kentucky. Pocono, I feel pretty decent about since I've ran there before, so I kind of have an understanding of what to kind of do there. Kentucky's going to be the interesting one because the only time I've been to Kentucky recently was in the Xfinity car. I haven't been there in the truck, so that'll be an interesting one for sure. But definitely feel good for Pocono. I feel like, it's definitely going to be hard to pass, especially with these trucks. But draft's definitely going to be important, and who knows, might even have some fuel mileage in there too. So that'll be interesting next week, though. I'm looking forward to Pocono.
Now, one more question on the Pocono topic. With the amount of toss-ups we've seen recently on iRacing here at Pocono, do you feel like you got a good chance, or do you think there's a pretty good chance of, kind of a surprise winner at Pocono?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have one of those guys in the back possibly that can save fuel and make it towards the end, and they can, be a slip up easily. I mean, I've seen it done before in Cup. I've seen it done before in Xfinity, so I don't see why it wouldn't be a factor in the truck. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody, maybe, I don't know, taking guesses, maybe like Chapman or even Jordan or even Tyler can do stuff like that, possibly. I mean, that can play an interesting factor.
Yeah, and we noticed something here over the last, few weeks. I mean, you've kind of kicked it into a different gear here to end off the regular season. I mean, where did this come from? I mean, if we're being honest here, I mean, you weren't really showing this pace when you started earlier off at Talladega. I mean, kind of where did this pace come from? Can you kind of talk us through that?
Well, just a lot of reps, I would say. I do a couple other leagues before this one on Thursdays, so I do a Cup league on Monday, a Truck league on Tuesday. I get a couple reps on Wednesday if I have to, and another Cup car depending on the track. But starting to finally figure out how this truck drives, I would say. And I've been to Dover now. This is the third time this week I've been at Dover. I raced Dover Monday and Tuesday, both Cup and truck. Luckily, this was the best finish out of those 3. So, I mean, but this truck is starting to get a little bit easier for me, understanding how to drive it and how to wear the right front and right rear evenly, I would say. But definitely some tracks I definitely want to work at. I mean, the whole point of me being in this league is honestly, I wasn't, winning is great and all. It's just like, I just really wanted to get more reps in this truck, and I'm starting to finally figure it out with all the options to figure out how to drive this thing.
Well, fair enough. Before we let you go, who do you got to thank?
Just thank you guys in the booth for doing this broadcast every week. You know, you guys do a fantastic job as always. And just want to shout out Lucky Duck Motorsports, Team Conti, everybody that helps me get better every week. Causey, Miz, Tyler, everybody over there who I was hanging out with during the race. Causey was giving me an earful about how many laps I've had on this track. And, of course, you know, he finished third, so I'm happy for him. But, yeah, just everybody from Lucky Duck to Team Conti, all of our sponsors at Lucky Duck and all of our sponsors at Conti. Yeah, and pretty much that's it.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight, Ed. Hopefully you can carry this momentum into Pocono next week and make it 4 in a row. Be the first person to win 4 in a row.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice. Thanks, boys. Thanks again.
That was Ed Shearer Jr., your race winner, dominating here tonight at Dover Motor Speedway. And that is going to do it for us here tonight. Before we get going, any final thoughts from you, Sheldon? I know this was a very interesting race.
And we're seeing all kinds of things fall into place at a very crucial time in the season. The doors completely kicked open for the championship at this point, with the guy that we all kind of had penciled in as the series winner not being here, and a great string of races for Ed Shearer Jr. here, as well as Probst. I mean, man, that title's pretty out there now at this point from the looks of it. So I'm excited to see what happens next.
Yeah, I'll add on to that a little bit. I feel like there's 5 or 6 drivers that definitely have a chance at winning this championship here this season. I mean, from what we've seen, throughout the season, I mean, there is definitely a lot of guys that have a pretty decent shot at making the Final Four and winning the championship possibly. So, but that is going to do it for us here from GridVision at Dover Motor Speedway. A very interesting race here tonight, but if you're interested in getting your league broadcasted or starting your career in commentary, contact us on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Special thanks to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash SimCams for providing all the cameras you saw tonight on tonight's broadcast. And congratulations to Ed Shearer Jr. from dominating the High Slide Racing League Truck Series here from Dover Motor Speedway. We'll catch you next time on the grid.